welcome back, everybody. It's MLG Saturday from Columbus, Ohio. Of course, the MLG Winter Championships. As promised, we got a fantastic series coming up for you here with SKMC facing off against Mouse Thorzain. I'm Tumba along with Froden, and we are super psyched to bring you this match. Froden, I think the map, I believe, is going to be dual site. How do you feel about it?
It's going to be great, man. I'm looking forward so much to the series. I was mentioning earlier that this series in general, MC versus Thorzain, dating back to TS03 was one of the most exciting things we saw in a while. And just because at the time it was just unheard of to see a foreigner Terran go up against MC, the Titan, to Protoss from Korea. So it's absolutely a delight to see how far they come now. And I'm really interested to see how the series plays out.
Yeah, you know, you make a good point as well in saying that at that stage of the game, it was really all about Koreans versus foreigners. It still is to an extent. However, the foreign scene has improved greatly. Of course, Thorzain spending some time in Korea himself. So I think it serves any player as a foreigner. You should make the trip, the pilgrimage, if you will, to the motherland of the metagame, to Korea. I know myself, right? I'm looking forward to eventually getting to Seoul, if nothing else for a vacation and just to pester, of course, Tasteless and Artosis. But, you know, it's one of those things where everybody should make the trip. I believe both players are probably ready because they are in the lobby now. Okay, so I am just going to make sure that they are ready to go here, and we're going to get it started.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get everything started and underway. Looks like MC signified he's ready. We're going to wait for Thorzain to say he's ready. Now, I said that Thorzain was 0-0 in his group, but unfortunately, actually, as I was saying that, he was in the middle of playing Gonzi. And he actually lost that series, so Gonzi does go take that win. And Thorzain's now down 0-1 in his group, but can he turn it around against
Okay, once again, this would be a good person to start a comeback with. This would be a great person to take a game off, no doubt. So here we go, getting into the game in the southwest location. We've got SKMC spawning as the red Protoss. Actually, spawning as the red, but I believe it may be blue on the overlay. We're going to get that fixed for you, though. And spawning in the northeastern position, we've got Mouse Sports Thorzain.
Thorzain will be the one in the top right half of the map. Now, interesting enough on dual site, it's interesting, man, because keep in mind, guys, the way that these guys work is that they eventually mutually agree to start on a map, and then after that, they pretty much have a veto and then loser picks. So there's a lot of interesting choices for the map, but no doubt both players agree to play on this map. We'll see how dual site chooses to actually undergo in this regard, but for now, looks like nothing too out of the ordinary. Now, Tumba, is there anything you want to see in this series other than the ace match?
Absolutely. What I'd love to see, if you want me to get specific, is if I had my druthers, I just want to see fantastic mid to late games that are really intense. I don't want to see this be determined by an early game advantage where it just turns into one of those games that's over in 8 minutes, because I believe that these guys are a testament to their respective races, and I want to see the very best they have over the long haul.
Absolutely. So we will see that the first gas is going up for Thorzain, so no attempt to gas this back span out of him, which is what he did against Liquid Noni in the previous series we casted Thorzain.
How calm was he in that series?
Absolutely. I mean, Noni tried to pressure him, and all he did was kind of yawn, I think.
He really did. He actually, I don't even think he realized it was pressure. It's how relaxed he was. It was almost like he was falling asleep while winning. It was quite disturbing.
And it wasn't anything against Noni, it's just that Thorzain is that cool, calm, that collected, that cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw Noni actually open extremely safe. Very, very careful both times. MC, though, you know, known also for being aggressive, especially against Terran. He will get a couple of units out early to get over to the front of the Terran base, see what's going on.
Yeah, SK has a very aggressive expand style as well. So even if he expands with a 1 gate, which he might or might not do, depends on how he chooses his first few units, he might even just continue to just put on pressure, even though he has almost nothing. That's just the style he is. He has the first gateway rallied to that outside of the barracks, but he ended up re-rallying it to the SCV. So looks like for now, he's just not showing his cards, keeping it close to his chest for now.
And also, I believe he elected to skip the Zealot and go straight for the Stalker.
To get the second gas fast.
Yep, so exactly right, getting that second gas down. And typically with a 1 gate expand, you'll see that off 1 gas. So The thing here is, though, Thorzain has seen exactly what's going on and had a pretty good solid scout off. We're going to have to see exactly how Thorzain elects to try to pressure MC, because we know that Thorzain can't play this really the same way he played it against Noni. No. He's got to be a little bit more cautious. And there's the Stargate. Now, this is very surprising to me.
Wow.
This is very surprising.
A Stargate.
This reminds me of Genius a lot. Genius, of course, one of the Protoss that are very good at using Stargate against Terran. However, I have to say, in all of the games I've seen with MC, I don't know if it's his strongest build. That doesn't mean it can't win him the game. It doesn't mean he's not comfortable with it. I just don't know if it's his strongest decision. But you know what? He knows his player very well.
Wow.
So we're going to have
You're
to see.
absolutely right. Yeah, they have met in the past. MC, of course, he does also control the watchtowers, which is very, very good for him. Now, one thing he doesn't see, though, is the fact that Thorzain is going to finish up a starport with a tech lab. Now, this could spell out Banshees. It could spell out Raven. It could spell anything. He's got enough gas for quite a bit here. We'll see what actually comes out of here from Thorzain. How will he utilize that tech lab? He is going to start a cloak, so it looks like he's going to go for a cloak, the Banshee opening.
Oh, wow. Okay, so this comes down to what is being made actually out of the Stargate first. Which is going to be Void Ray, about halfway done, obviously. And, you know, we've seen MC open up Phoenix a lot as well, especially if he senses something as though a 1-1-1 out of a Terran. And he will also get crucial information with that. Of course, Void Ray taking much longer to build. And we see actually Thorzain is rolling out with, is that?
Huh? He's rolling out with, yeah, he's rolling out with
cloaking. Yeah,
cloak,
so cloaking is almost finished now at this point. So MC has no detection, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he pretty much has only the Stargate, so he's going to have to pretty much rely on the fact that he can react in time. Basically, if he can scout it with his probe, which is actually moving up the ramp.
There it goes.
And SKMC sees it, and he actually saw the tech lab move, and he needs to actually react to this right now.
Exactly.
Robotics facility goes up here. It looks like the first zealots are being warped in here. Now, MC could kind of do the exact opposite of putting counter aggression before anything could actually happen.
Right, and what that would do is sustainably lock Thorzain down into his own base, thus negating really the Banshee.
Wow. Look at the Stalkers already go at the supply depot. 2 Voiders are actually here, and that's huge. One's already charged up here. As looks like we do see the first Banshee arriving.
Approaching, yes, and now in the mineral line of MC. So here we go. This is a very tense situation for both players, and I wanted to see this turn into a long macro game. I may not get my wish. Cloak obviously has finished, and he is trying to focus down that sentry. Void Ray still pounding away at that supply depot, but back at home, MC losing so many probes, Roden.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to get his observer as fast as possible. He does have the Phoenix ready to go just in case anything ever happens, but for now, MC sees that there's one Banshee that is out of energy. Will he be able to catch it? As it looks like the first observer is almost out. MC losing so many probes, though. Look at his supply drop significantly just because the amount of workers, as 20 have been killed, and it is only going to continue at this point as the Banshee is not done yet.
Froden, I really see no way out of this for MC. I had to question the build. I had to question the opening. Again, very hard to pull off this build. Very difficult versus Terran. He knows his player, though, so he had an idea of what he wanted to do. However, Thorzain right now just getting work done with that Cloak Banshee. Yikes. Obviously, MC, you know, would typically open and try to get some pressure with a Zealot or with a Stalker to the front door of his Terran opponent, and had he done so, would have seen actually that play, the Banshee would have been in play. So not opening up his standard way may have actually cost him. Can he bounce back into this, though, Froden?
He can, yeah, because he has Void Rays that can actually do so much more damage than they ever should, because Thorzain doesn't have stim, doesn't have combat shields, and in the most technical sense, Void Rays do have 6 range, while Marines do have 5, and you can technically utilize that to the best. Oh, that one Banshee does get caught out of position as well, so another big win there for MC, but the question is, will he be able to hold on to any form of hope here? He's like he's just poking up the ramp, but Thorzain's got so much. In fact, he's got a Viking to see if he can push back those Void Rays, which is another great zoning tool, and that's a fantastic choice here from Thorzain, as right now MC looks like he's starting to run a little bit out of options here in terms of aggression. Might have to just fall back, as right now it doesn't look like he can bust Thorzain at all.
No, absolutely not, and You know, just getting so many probes, 20 probe kills is such a deficit. I mean, that is very, very hard to deal with as MC. You can see MC only able to pull off 1 worker kill, which is, I believe, actually a scouting SCV, if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, at the same time, just try to contain at this point, set up shop in Thorzain's real estate, make him as uncomfortable as possible, not allow him to expand. Observer is going to make it in, get a full look at the exact composition of what's going on here with Thorzain.
Yeah, Thorzain feels like MC's going to go for a super big all-in push, and that's why he's going for siege mode. He's not necessarily prioritizing combat shields or stim or anything whatsoever because he knows it'll take way too long. Having siege would just make him absolutely impenetrable. So we do see that MC is still probing up and trying to see if he can catch up in that department. And for the most part, Thorzain's been just jumping farther and farther ahead, 100 supply to 60. What can MC really do in this situation? Looks like he's pushing out here with Thorzain, but MC
good question.
Needs to move out away from him. He can't engage this.
Now, let's look at the unit counting station really quickly here. As you can see, 34 SCVs to 20 probes. Mules are going to add to that as well. MC doing his best to go ahead and manipulate his stalkers so they can take some pot shots off, but realizes he needs to get out of town, and that is a very scary army right there for Thorzain.
Yeah, Thorzain's actually moving out with an assortment of Marines. He does have a couple of Vikings sprinkled in, but the main big threat here is the tanks. Now, Thorzain's actually pulling his SCVs to come in with this push because he wants to shut this down, and MC trying to see if he can flank from the right on top of the ramp. Looks like Thorzain splitting up his army.
And it looks like we have movement also toward the main as well. It's going to be, he's got stalkers in the main, so there's going to be 2 engagements. Let's focus on the main army. Guardian Shield has been popped, and this is it. This is where MC lays it all on the line, and I think he's just going to melt away here, Froden.
Yeah, he does put up some decent force fields, but he doesn't have enough forces to actually handle the pressure here. Looks like the stalkers also going to the main base don't really have any footing being there, and MC finds himself with just a few stalkers left, as well as the probes remain back home. He's trying to make an immortal, but that's not going to do him any good, especially considering the force of Thorzain is still very well and healthy right now.
No, absolutely, and you can see SEVs, actually, if they can get a full surround of stalkers, do very well against them. And frankly, Thorzain can afford to do this. It's no problem just to pull these SEVs to mop this up and leave his other army out on the map to gain map presence to go ahead and make sure that there is no ninja expander or no other forward pylons, and he can go ahead and really just force his way into the main for the win.
And Thorzain's piling his army out here outside the natural, just like you were saying, Tumba. And here we go. Looks like Thorzain's going to force himself up here, and MC shows that he only has 2 immortals. Now, that shouldn't be too scary whatsoever, as 2 immortals by themselves is as harmless as little kittens that was really born. We do see that Thorzain is trying to push up here. The Vikings completely useless. They will land. As looks like MC will lose the rest of this.
There's the GG out of MC. So, okay, here's the deal, Froden, or rather, Froden, we saw there was that game technically got to the mid game, but essentially that game was over when that Banshee hit the probe line.